Hey y'all, it's Mocha Mima. I have some sad news to bring you out of New York City. I'm gonna play my intro and then I'll tell you what's going on. Hey y'all, it's Mocha Mima. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, an extra special welcome. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Click on the bell button. That way you're notified every time I upload. Well, y'all, this is a sad story out of Brooklyn, New York. This young man, his name is Oshae Sibley. Him and his friends were allegedly coming back from a day out at the beach or a pool. It's alleged they stopped to get gas at a gas station in Brooklyn. They got into an argument with some men at the gas station, some of which allegedly were Muslim. And let me put my banner on. An argument and some type of altercation ensued, and a 17-year-old young man stabbed him and killed him. I'm going to play for you now a report from NBC4 in New York, and then I'll come back and read uh, the article that the New York Times put out.
28-year-old Oshae Sibley's death may have been fueled by hate. Police saying he may have been targeted because he's gay. Friends say he was a talented professional dancer who wasn't afraid to be himself.
He wasn't hide, he was proud. He never hide, he was proud. He was always proud.
On Saturday night, Oshae and his friends stopped for gas at a mobile station on Coney Island Avenue in Midwood. Surveillance video shows their group, the ones without shirts, get into a heated argument with another group that comes out of the gas station. The back and forth escalates before police say a teenager seen in the video with a black shirt and red shorts pulls out a knife and stabs Oshae in the chest. Witnesses say the fight started because the victim and his friends were dancing.
He had a problem with they were dancing. He wanted them to stop dancing, and he started arguing with them. And then after a few fights and back and forth arguing, he pulled out a knife and stabbed.
The mayor today addressed overall crime in the city, citing improvements to public safety, but acknowledging random acts of violence.
When you have an incident like we saw over the weekend where this young man was experiencing that hate crime and we will find the person responsible, it shakes our confidence.
He was like a beautiful person, you know. I can't say him no more because I want to cry.
Oshae's neighbors in Brownsville say he was always kind and helpful. This neighbor, who also identifies as gay, tells us he had recently warned Oshae to be careful, saying he worried about his safety.
It happens. There's no progress. Progress, yes, but we here don't see it. We have to live stifled. We live here in a community where we have to pretend to be somebody else.
Based on the surveillance video and witness accounts, police have identified the suspect as a 17-year-old. They have his name and they're looking for him tonight. Reporting in Midwood, Rana Novini, News 4 New York.
Y'all, this is just so sad. The whole thing is just very, very sad. And y'all, the reason why is really the word about it has gotten out there. And it was a lot of times, people from the LGBTQIA plus community, their deaths oftentimes don't get publicized, but this time, because they were playing some of Beyonce's music at that time. And Beyonce, as you see in one of the slides here, she put rest in peace up. So once she put that up, so that's why it got nationwide attention. So the New York Times reported that he was at a Brooklyn gas station with his friends Saturday night. You see here, there it is there, rest of power to him. Just I just have to put that adjustment. Here, I'm sorry you guys, just bear with me. So, they were at a Brooklyn gas station with friends. Oshae Sibley was 28 years old, gay man, professional dancer and choreographer. He was with his friends. Argument escalated. This 17-year-old stabbed him, according to the police. Otis Pena, one of O'Shea's best friends, pressed on his wound to stop the bleeding before O'Shea was taken to Maimonides Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. They murdered him because he's gay, because he stood up for his friends, Mr. Pena said in a Facebook video he posted hours after the killing. His name was O'Shea, and you all killed him. You murdered him right in front of me. Right now, they are looking for this 17-year-old has been in news reports going on right now. The killing has devastated Mr. Sibley's family. He is one of 11 siblings, and it has unnerved the city's gay community. While the motive remains under investigation, the attack was a reminder of the biases that LGBTQ people face. The Anti-Defamation League and the advocacy group GLAAD issued a report in June indicating an increase in harassment and violence towards gay and transgender people, including online bullying, gatherings of armed protesters outside drag shows, and bomb threats against hospitals that provide gender transition care. In the first 3 weeks of June, there were 101 such incidents, more than twice the number during the same period the year before. Brad Whitman Segal, a gay state senator in New York, said he was heartbroken and enraged over Mr. Sibley's killing. Gay joy is not crime, he said on Twitter. Hate-fueled attacks are. Mr. Sibley had moved from Philadelphia before the pandemic, hoping New York would provide more auditions and opportunities, said his aunt, Tandra Sibley, 49 years old. It was a senseless crime, she said. O'Shea has always been a peacemaker. All he wanted to do was dance. She recalled him as a small boy, gyrating and jerking to Missy Elliott. When he got older, he honed his skills at the Philadelphia Dance Company and, on the advice of instructors, began ballet, taking advantage of his long athletic frame. Kamar Jewell, a 31-year-old choreographer and director, met Mr. Sibley in Philadelphia 13 years ago at the Attic Youth Center, where gay teenagers can go for after-school programs and activities. They were only a few years apart, but Mr. Sibley saw him as a mentor. He was like, "You're my uncle, and I'm going to call you Uncle," Mr. Jewell said. Goofy and fun-loving, Mr. Sibley was serious about his craft. He would hunker down at Mr. Jewell's apartment until 3 a.m. to study dance videos, from voguing to the modern techniques introduced by Martha Graham and Lester Horton, American dancers and choreographers born around the turn of the 20th century. O'Shea was so well-versed, like he was great at tap, ballet, hip-hop, Mr. Jewell said. He was an incredible visual learner. I see him watch someone do something twice and then just do it. Mr. Jewell, who was in London working on the show, said he was sleeping Sunday morning when Mr. Pena called him to tell him what happened. At the gas station, Mr. Sibley and his friends have been playing Renaissance by Beyonce and voguing, a style of dance that began as an imitation of fashion models in the 1980s and has evolved as an expression of pride and protest. That is when the group of men approached, calling them names, Mr. Jewell said, recalling the account of Mr. Pena, who could not be reached for comment. Both Mr. Sibley and Mr. Pena told them, "Stop doing that. There's nothing wrong with being gay." Mr. Sibley fought with them, and he was stabbed as Mr. Pena ran to intervene, Mr. Jewell said. At the Brownsville building where Mr. Sibley lived alone in his studio, his neighbor, Beckenbauer Hamilton, 51, said he had warned the younger man about being so open about his sexuality. Mr. Hamilton, who was also gay, recalled attacks he had suffered in his 20s when going out to clubs and said that he had been recently overhearing comments on the street about all these rights gay people have. Oshae wasn't afraid of being who he was, Mr. Hamilton said. He would defend his friends. They loved dancing outside and delighted in drawing a crowd. But I'd see how people looked at them, Mr. Hamilton said. There was worry in the back of my mind. In his video, Mr. Pena described Sibley as his brother and said the two were always out and loud. We as a community don't deserve this. We may be gay, but we exist. We're not going to live in fear. We're not going to live in hiding. Now I look at this beautiful soul here, and that's why I titled this video "Beautiful Soul." Like, there's some people that are just so creative, and it seemed like he was one of those creative people. And as his aunt talked about, dancing was something as a child that was something that was in him as a person. It was something that he loved. It was something that he was gifted in. And at the time when this was happening to him, I was either had already enjoyed seeing Beyonce on stage in New Jersey. Either I was watching the concert or it was just ending and I was on my way from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey and on my way home. And during that concert, Beyonce, that the Renaissance concert is a tribute to ballroom. And ballroom dance is a dance, it's in the gay community. It's their tribute, it's their expression of dance. And some of you may or may not seen some of the clips from her concert or be familiar with gay ballroom dancing. And it's their expression. Like, I am an ally and an accomplice of the gay community. I have people in the LGBTQIA community that are part of my family. I ride and die for them. And they should be able to live just as anyone lives at all. And when I went to that concert, when I tell you to see these individuals there expressing themselves, Beyonce giving them that platform to bring this art form of dance to the masses. And I mean, I enjoy it. I love seeing the death drop. If you don't know what a death drop is, Google it. You can see what it is. To see the dancing, to see the color of their hair, to see their movement, to see all those things. Like, I get a joy out of it. It's something like I've been following it for years. Some of you will remember voguing with Madonna. Was something that Madonna used to do, voguing. Like, to see them doing this on stage in real life with Beyonce. Like, it's something that I absolutely loved. And to now, to see this happen to this young man who could have been my son, because my children are older than him, and he's only a few years older than my granddaughter. It's sad. It's sad that people can't accept other people for who they are. It's sad that you just can't accept someone. And even if you can't accept them, how about just mind your business? It's not your business who people sleep with. It's just not people's business. And that's what people just don't understand. It is not your business. Who someone sleeps with, that's on them. And people just don't get that. And it's just so sad that it's just really, really sad that people are just not being allowed to be themselves. And like, in this kid at 17 years old, at 17 can go out and decide that he wants to kill someone because this young man this young man is out there dancing, and he's gay, and he's free, and he's expressing himself. Like, to me, that just makes no sense to me at all, whatsoever. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, people just, I just don't get it. And I just pray for his family, that for Oshae's family. I just wish them, like, I know what it is to lose a child. It's just like, I just don't get people. I just don't get people at all. So y'all, I'm gonna leave it there. I just pray for his family. Y'all just Oshae, rest in peace, rest in power. Know that you were loved. Know that you were treasured. Know that you left your mark on this world. Y'all like and subscribe. Click on the bell button for the uploads. Have tolerance for other people. That's just crazy. Y'all have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your children. If you have prejudices in your mind and biases in your mind, rethink that stuff. Like, mind the business that pays you. Take care.